What is up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of JoesTech. Today we're going to be taking a look at a new keyboard from Logitech. As you can kind of see behind me, it's the G613. If you guys aren't familiar with this keyboard, it just came out. I did go ahead and pre-order it when the launch date was approaching because I was pretty interested in the fact that it is a mechanical gaming aimed keyboard, but it's actually wireless. And one of the biggest key features is that this thing has great battery life. So before we kind of dive into that, why don't we just go ahead and break it down. Included in the box, of course, other than the keyboard itself, you have a Lightspeed USB adapter, a USB extension cable, a stand for your keyboard, 2 AA batteries, and of course the associated documentation. The G613 comes equipped with Roamer G switches, which are made by Logitech, of course. They have a 70 million click rating, and they have a short throw actuation of roughly 1.5 millimeters. They do require a little bit of extra force, and they don't have that clicky noise you'd come to expect from like a Cherry MX Blue switch, but I think that this kind of helps keep the clicking noise down, but still accurate. Just like everything else in the tech world, Logitech has slowly improved their wireless technology over the years. This keyboard is equipped with what they're calling their Lightspeed Wireless, which is the new communication method between the keyboard and the wireless dongle that they've included. In my experience with the keyboard, it seems to do pretty well. They're rating it with a 1 millisecond response time, which I would say is accurate. Obviously, I didn't have any delay, over what I would expect from a wired keyboard. In addition to being wireless, this keyboard is also capable of connecting via Bluetooth. As far as the keyboard's design itself, it has a gray bezel with a black non-removable palm rest. Next to the wireless selector, you'll notice there's a toggle for gaming mode, which is a feature that Logitech has implemented that allows you to disable Windows, menu, and function keys for uninterrupted gaming sessions. At the top right of the keyboard, we also have our Multimedia Keys, which are not mechanical, of course. They're just those electronic push-touch buttons, but they seem to be of good construction and they work really well. Logitech's also thrown in 6 macros, which they're calling the G keys, and obviously that's because they're labeled G1 through G6, and those will allow you to use the Logitech software to macro in for games or applications, whatever you're using the keyboard for. One of the great things that Logitech is boasting about this keyboard is the incredible battery life, which they're rating at 18 months. So when you're not using the keyboard, there is a toggle switch on the right side of the keyboard, which allows you to turn the keyboard off. And then of course you can neatly tuck it away into the stand that they've provided. Battery life can also be monitored using the onboard battery light, which will illuminate and let you know when the batteries are low at 15% or less. Lastly, for those of you guys who want to take a look at the rear of the keyboard, Logitech's done this nice linear diagonal design, which looks very clean, obviously. In addition, we have our 2 flip-out legs, which allow for 1 adjustable height. Behind the battery door, Logitech has included, of course, room for the 2 AA batteries and, of course, the wireless transmitter in case you're using this keyboard mobily, I guess, or if you were just using Bluetooth and didn't want to lose that transmitter. As I mentioned in the beginning of the video, I did pre-order this keyboard. I was really looking forward to having a mechanical option to share with you guys, of course, a mechanical option that's wireless. And so the last few weeks I've been taking this to and from work because honestly I use a keyboard at work a lot more than I do at home, mostly because the only time I'm using my PC at home is when I'm doing YouTube stuff, or once in a while I have some free time I can play some games. But for the most part I wanted to just get a really good idea of how this keyboard worked. I do like the design of the keyboard. I like the way that the keys feel. I did do some gaming with it and it was very responsive. I didn't run into any issues there. So one of the main catches for me with this keyboard I think is going to be the price. It's $150 US, and when you think about the cost of mechanical keyboards that are out right now, there's a lot of them that are $80 and less, but there's also quite a few premium ones that go to that $129 to $179 mark, and those are all wired keyboards. Now when you look at the fact that this is a good mechanical keyboard, has great response, the wireless seems to be really great from the use I've gotten out of it for about a month now. I think $150 is very reasonable. It would have been nice if it was just a little bit lower to reach a little bit bigger of a crowd though. One of the other annoyances I found with this keyboard was the G keys. For me, the placement, for some reason, on the left side of the keyboard is always a problem. It would be nice if somebody found a way to put macro keys somewhere else that were still accessible, but not so easily clicked. A lot of times I would go to quickly hit the escape key and I would find myself hitting the G1 key and then bringing up a help prompt. And that must have happened like 100 times, so that was a little bit of a frustration, and obviously that's more of a user-based thing, not an issue with the keyboard itself. So let me know what you guys think about this keyboard down below. Do you think that it's worth the price? Would you guys be interested in trying a wireless mechanical keyboard, or do you think that the wired keyboards are the way to go? In addition to that, just to let you guys know, I also picked up, with this pre-order, I picked up the G613, which is the wireless mouse variant that kind of comes hand in hand with this keyboard. If you guys are interested in me doing a full review on that as well, go ahead and let me know in the comments section below. Big thanks to you guys for watching this video as always. Of course, if you guys have any questions, feedback, concerns, feel free to let me know. And of course, if you're not subscribed and you want to see more content like this in the future, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Until next time, guys, this has been JoesTech. I'll see you in the next video.